Hi, my name's Annika Nelson, and I'm the manager for the UC San Diego Craft Center. I'm really excited to be here with you today to teach you a craft in honor of our preview event for the Love of Craft, which is our sort of our soft opening for the Craft Center. It's a celebration of craft making and focusing on all of our amazing instructors. And so as part of that, I'm going to teach you a super simple project called the Woven Heart Basket. It is pretty easy to do once you get the hang of it. It's essentially braiding paper, two pieces of paper together. So I recommend using thinner paper. Using nice thick paper makes it hard to manipulate the pieces of paper. And so I'm just using 2 pieces of recycled paper that are the regular old sort of laser printer weight paper. And then I have a scissors and I have a glue stick. And what we're gonna do first is take one of our pieces of paper, and you're gonna wanna fold it in half. And I'm gonna do this up in the air, defying gravity, which is oh so fun when you're teaching online. And I'm gonna attempt to make a very nice, neat crease, going edge to edge. I'm gonna cheat and go right here a little bit. I'm still in the frame. Sometimes I disappear out of the frame. So here I am. I've got one piece of paper nicely folded. I'm going to do the next one. Here, I'll do it this way, just in case that's easier vantage point for you to see. So I match corner to corner, hold them with one hand, and then I just go down with my thumb. Sometimes I'll use my thumbnail to really make a super nice crease. So now I have 2 pieces of paper, and you'll notice I have 2 different colored pieces of paper by design. These are Triton colors, so go UC San Diego. But you can pick any different color, pick 2 pieces of colored paper that you want. It's up to you. But it's easier sort of and more effective if you use 2 different colors. So now I've got 2 pieces of paper, and I'm gonna put them one inside the other just because it makes it more efficient for cutting out my simple shapes. So on here, I've created a diagram, a template of sorts that I'm gonna move right up into the window so you can see that essentially we're gonna create a rectangle with a rounded top that is approximately 3 inches wide and about 4¼ inches high. And then I'm gonna cut 2 slits in it that are 1 inch apart and about 3 inches long. So I'll show you how I'm gonna do that. Now, I sometimes am what I like to call a sloppy perfectionist. So I am going to essentially just freehand my shape here, but I'm going to do it. I would recommend making your guidelines with pencil, maybe not huge thick pen. I'm doing it with huge thick pen so that you guys can see easily. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and use this natural, nice straight edge. And then I will use this to give myself a sense of where to go here, and then where to go here. I'm gonna make sure my board doesn't fall down on me. That would be exciting for you and not so fun for me. All right, so I'm going to make my line right here. And then I'll go ahead and make another little guideline. That way I know about where to put the slits. So now you can see sort of just, ooh, kind of hard in the glare, like that. And then I'm going to follow my edge. Let's see how the best way to, there it is. Here it is. I'm gonna see if I can cut backwards, inside out. Okay, no, I can't. All right, so I'm gonna follow my edge just like this. So I've just cut that edge off, and then I'm just gonna freehand the corners, just like this. So just kind of carving those edges off, more or less trying to make them symmetrical. I might give that one a little bit more of a haircut. I need a haircut. And so I've got my two pieces of paper that I folded one inside each other so that they're symmetrical, so that they're identical, not symmetrical. And then I'm going to go ahead and make my slits. So I'm just going to cut as straight as I can to the top there. And again, to the top there. And I'm just eyeballing this. You can measure it out and be a little bit more precise if you like that. So now I have essentially two pieces of paper like this that are folded. You want to make sure that you don't cut the folded edge of your paper when you're making your shape. So now you can kind of put those together and start to see, ooh, this is starting to look a little bit like a heart. Now comes the tricky part. So what we want to do, right, is we're going to weave these two shapes together to create a basket, right, that is open, that you can open up and actually is semi-functional, and it's the same on both sides. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with taking this first tab, and I'm going to slip it. How do I do this? I'm going to slip it over both sides of my first blue tab so it looks like this. Ta-da! Like this. And then I'm going to slip it through the next tab, and then again over both sides of my blue tab. And again, I'm going to check it and see, okay, it's same on both sides, right? And then I'm going to scoot it down. Oops. Yes, I'm scooching. Ooh, did I do something wrong? No. Then I'm going to scooch it down like this, not too far, so that I can have enough room to do what I need to do with the next tab. And do you see why it's nice to use not super thick paper so that it's a little bit more malleable? So now I'm going to do the opposite with this next tab, this next yellow tab. So first I'm going to start inside by opening up the blue and slipping this tab in this like this. And then I'm going to come up here. I'm going to open the yellow tab and I'm going to slip this all the way over that middle tab and then through this final tab. So you can see, again, same on both sides. We're starting to look a little woven. So now the last tab is a little bit the trickiest because it's the last tab and you don't have as much room to work with. So then you got to remember, okay, now I'm going to repeat what I did for the first tab, which was first basically swallow up this blue tab just by opening your yellow tab and putting it all the way around. And then you're going to open up this blue tab and just slip it right through the blue tab. And sometimes your middle tab is going to rebel and you just have to kind of tuck it back in. And then this is the really tricky part. You're going to have to wiggle down. And if you're running into troubles, sometimes it's because you haven't cut your slit long enough. And if that happens, then you have to sort of take it apart and make a little incision at the very bottom of these to give yourself a little bit more room. But I think my sloppy perfectionist nature is not being tested too badly right now. And I think this worked out. So now I'm going to take this last tab. This is our final piece. And I'm going to open up that yellow piece again. And I'm going to slip it through. And then I'm going to sort of wiggle everything down together. I'm going to make sure it's same on both sides. And then I'm going to open it up. Ha! Success! Yay! So there is my heart shape. It's looking kind of like I should have given it a little bit more of a haircut. So I'm going to go ahead and do that because it's not looking very heart-like to me. So that's kind of cheating after the fact. I might, there we go. And then what I'll probably do is I'll take just a leftover piece, whatever color I want, and I'll just cut out a little tab, and then with my glue stick, my tab keeps flipping out of my hands, does not want to become a tab. I'm going to take my glue stick and I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to the outside, just like this, little outside of each end of the tab. Put that down there. Slip this inside just like this. Maybe a little bit further down so my glue doesn't, just like this. And then on the other side. And now I have a Triton flavored woven paper heart that I can give to my Valentine. I can put, I don't know, I could put a love note in there. I could put a poem in here. I could probably put some candies or a cookie, all sorts of exciting things that could go. Seashells, I don't know, whatever you're feeling like giving. And there you go. There is your woven paper heart. And I hope you have lots of fun making it. And just remember, it's sort of weaving those ends together, and try it a couple times and enjoy, and then make lots of them. I made lots of them because they're so much fun to make. I'm gonna have to give them all away, maybe to my neighbors. All right, thanks a lot for joining me on this creative adventure, and come see us at the Craft Center and come play with us. Thanks a lot.